Hello everyone, welcome to another video. On today's video we will talk about 5 things that you can do on your IELTS writing task 1. This is more focused towards the general training part of the test. So the first thing that we need to know is that for task 1 we have 20 minutes. Well, give or take, yeah, because like I've said in other videos, you could take maybe 25 minutes, maybe you take 15 minutes, so on this one everybody's a bit different. On the general training test, the question that we have, or like our task, is to write a letter. And there are 2 things that we have to know, and it is that there are 2 types. We've got formal letters and informal letters. The biggest difference between these 2 is that when we've got an informal letter, we can be a bit more casual, and the easiest way for us to know that the letter is informal is by looking at the word friend. If the letter has the word friend, then we know that this is not a formal letter. When you see words like your boss, the council, if you're applying for a job, maybe filing a complaint, all these ones that are just a little bit more formal or less casual if you wish, these ones are going to be those that are a bit formal. There is something that applies to any letter that we write, and it is to try to be on the formal side of things. And I'll get into it later on with some of the tips. Now, let's get into the tips. So the first one is to read and answer the question. I'm just gonna show you a sample question in just a moment. And the problem that we have is that many candidates just read some part of the question. So for example, invite your friend to a party, or like we'll see on the screen, we just have a look at some part of the question and then we say, okay, cool, I've read this, I got this, and then people just go into it and start writing. And this could be a problem because you may not be fully answering the question. So please be mindful of this. Make sure that you always read the whole question. You don't want to miss points on this bit. And this leads me to the second tip. And our second tip is to make sure to answer all the points. Usually, most letters have got some bullet points or some special details or information that you are required to write on your letter. Make sure that you read carefully and that you answer these ones, because again, sometimes candidates have a really good letter, but they do not answer some bits that are mentioned in the question, and again, this could affect our score. The third tip is going to be avoid being too casual. Sometimes I've seen that students put things like wanna, gonna, cannot. Well, cannot is probably a gray area. And again, usually if you're on the formal side, it's just a little bit safer when it comes to better use of grammar, vocabulary. So for this reason, again, avoid being too casual. The next point, number 4, is related to number 3, and it is try to be a little bit more formal towards the end of the letter. This could be for both types. What we notice at the end of the letter is that we can use vocabulary or grammar that is a little bit more complex, and it can add a nice touch. Just to give you one of many examples, if we say something along the lines of, I would love to hear back from you, that could be just a little bit more, it would be better than, I want to hear from you. Or, I would be extremely pleased if you help me with this issue. For example, yeah? So this could be a good opportunity for us to use a bit more complex grammar and also to paraphrase some vocabulary that we used before. Last but not least, the 5th tip, it is to always sign the letter. Many times we could be nervous, maybe we're in a rush, who knows, but always, always, always sign the letter. This simply means adding words at the end like sincerely, yours respectfully, respectfully, kind regards, any of these that are going to finish up the letter in a nice and polite way. And again, it's just a standard that we always have in letters. I would say those that I mentioned before are probably the most common ones, and you'll be safe if you use any of those. And also don't forget to put your name. People forget to do these little things, and this could again be something that affects your score, and it's just one of those easy points. And what I mean by easy points is that it's easy to do this. So it's not like too much grammar or vocabulary or something complex, so make sure that you sign the letter. Before we go, we have a bonus tip, and it is to address the person, and this is based on the question. For example, dear sir, madam, this is probably the safest one. But if you roughly know, if for example it is a friend, you could use your friend's name. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And again, if you're interested in these type of videos, language learning, study tips, test preparation, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you can get more videos like this one. I'll see you in the next video, and once again, thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.